fact, the draft is underway pretty damn fast so far here in game number 2 between WGU and HappyFeet in the Galaxy Battles SE qualifiers. This is an elimination series. HappyFeet just one game away from having to pack their bags, or rather not pack their bags in the future. I don't know, they're probably playing from home or something, I don't know. Anyway, my name is DragonDrop, happy to bring this game, and well, if game number 2 is gonna look anything like the one before, you might be in it for a quick 2-0 victory. And Spiritbreaker, Aframoosh, been able to do quite a lot with that in game number 1. Now they also have the Undying to work with. So a lot more early game pressure coming out from that. Maybe not. It's a strong hero in its own rights, but you don't have these obvious synergies with the Spiritbreaker that they did with the Darkseer, and that DS hasn't been banned out, so it's a very deliberate decision. With an assassin pick as well, you just don't necessarily want to go into it if you can avoid it.
10 seconds
Undying,
remaining.
much more reliable against that. HappyFeet, well, they're sticking to the grounds not just with the Nyx, but also with the Queen of Pain, very similar hero to the Storm Spirit, and except a little bit quicker off to go off the grounds. Also perhaps a bit of a deny pick Pharaoh. Able to do quite a lot with that in conjunction with all that space from Spiritbreaker in last game, and now they, HappyFeet, they realize we need to have something that gets off the ground a little bit earlier. Need to secure these lanes as well, and Queen of Pain is a very solid start to that. Especially with the Puck being banned out now, so that's the one thing, right? Puck, very good matchup against the Queen of Pain mid, so WGU probably easily picked that up in a heartbeat for Pharaoh if that wasn't banned out right now. Also, like the Venge ban would fit in very well into the idea of a very quick, very fast-paced game. WGU just running a Venge core. So drafting-wise, HappyFeet on the money.
10 seconds remaining.
Let's here we are.
Radiant team pick.
Wagner, okay. Yeah, WG, they have somewhere to be or something, because that's a crazy push. From Wagner alone, right? You just spam Nether Blasts. Things very easy indeed. It's a team fight to back it off with the Undying and Spiritbreaker already, so have the Rubik. Solid safe might not be enough. Or rather, let's see something like a Jakiro even. Not sure.
10 seconds remaining.
Right, how deep do you want to go into this WGU?
5 seconds remaining.
You run the Pagna safe, pick up like Dragon Knight even, something like that from middle lane. The Anchor hero, very tanky, very hard to deal with. But at that point, you might just pick up a Timber Saw or something like that for HappyFeet, try and counter out all these strength melee heroes. Well, Dazzle's been banned out as well, and they're really worried about not having that kind of a safe. They could still go back to the Oracle to make sure the Pagna stays alive. Actually, look at the past drafts from WGU. See, they picked Pagna against Younger Minds and JDL. Also picked it against Signify here, in this very tournament. Also with the Undying, Clockwork was also part of that, but this time obviously banned out. And they finished it up with the Razor as well as Brewmaster. Wouldn't hate the Brew here actually. With the Undying Spiritbreaker, you already have your offlane combo, so it's the Razor instead. Sticking to what they know. Queen of Pain should be a decent matchup against it in mid at the same time. Like, it really depends on how much damage you're able to steal. You should always be able to blink out of it though. Make sure to break that link almost immediately. And at that point it's gonna come down to the support rotations. If you force out this blink, Queen of Pain goes back in and gets charged from like an awkward angle from the backlines. There could be some opportunities for Razor to snag some kills here with help of Steam. If that's a mid Razor, right? It could very well be the mid partner that I was talking about, and Razor in the safe lane instead. They're flexible enough in that regard. As for HappyFeet, really like the drop much better. Between Nyx and Rubik, and now they have to decide, alright, do we want to run Nyx off lane, or is that our forward position?
Dire team ban.
And the Doom doesn't really tell us too much about that. They might have very well decided that already, but from an outside perspective, both the Doom as well as the Nyx can be the 3 or the 4 role.
10 seconds remaining.
How to say what I'd rather see.
5 seconds remaining.
Or just exchanging, or interchanging a little bit, I should say. I mean, Doom wants to dip into the jungle early on, find a good creep. The next assassin can have a little bit of space there, and then you can turn things around, because Doom has a pretty decent laning presence, generally speaking. Gotta wonder though how it works out against this particular lineup. The Undying Spirit Breaker, like in the early levels he's vulnerable. Once he gets the Scorched Earth, it's gonna get much harder to bring him down. Then you have that Doom available eventually to make kills and Pugna very easy. Not sure if Razor cares too much though. He's all got the Static Link off, and Unstable Current should still proc because Doom does not break, I believe. Just yeah. One thing it doesn't do, I believe.
Team ban.
Huh. Yeah, if Razor gets doomed, he should be fine, especially if he's already gotten some of these spells off. Alright.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds
HappyFeet,
remaining.
they still need that carry though. I think that much is clear. Unless I want to throw a curveball, run some sort of aggro lane, Queen of Pain, solo safe, and pick up another mid hero, but I don't know who you would pick here that could really help too much. Maybe OD would come to mind, potential. Oh. Get that safe against Spirit Breaker, but not necessarily helping you against the Razor if he has the link going. Likely to just be a classic one position here that can try and fight up against that. And I've really no idea.
Team pick.
No answer though. The Gyrocopter, yeah, I would not have guessed that one. Gyrocopter, one of these heroes that can actually fight into WG.
10 seconds
One of these
remaining.
heroes where you have to think twice about charging into him if you're Spirit Breaker,
5
because
seconds remaining.
maxing out that Rocket Barrage, you can very easily dissuade you from trying it again, because you're gonna be dead the first time you try it. That's the general idea.
Mirana. Choose
Mirana
your
last
hero.
pick, okay. How are they gonna run this now? This is a support Pugna? Bummy picking up the Razor, so unless they switch, it's gonna be the safe laner. Mirana mid. Support Pugna and then some aggro dual lane. I can see that working too. That's one good way of just dealing with the Doom. I mean, Mirana's still gonna get shut down by it, but yeah, it's just the nature of the hero. But if you put the Pugna in a core role, say that though X-Nova's picking up the Undying, so it's still a core Pugna. There's like a couple of ways to deal with the Doom. Either you pick heroes that don't care about being doomed,
10 seconds
or you
remaining.
pick many heroes that really care about being
5
doomed, but
seconds
you
remaining.
have to pick and choose, right? So it's not just one hero, it's another one that can pick up the slack when you're taken out of the equation. And this is kind of the idea here. Vero, Mirana mid, Velo in the offlane. And Razor's a hero that can pretty much leave solo in a safe lane. Especially seeing how this should be a Rappy Doom on the offlane. Which means that Razor should actually be fine against that with the static link and whatnot. We shall find out though. WGU, they were quite impressive with the way that they handled the last game. So it's not just the draft, it's also the execution. They knew exactly what they needed to do. And after Moosh is right back in the Spirit Breaker. It was a linchpin of that last draft. And the way the game worked out. HappyFeet try to come up with a solution here, and we'll find out if it works in the end. Again, I don't hate the gyrocopter here. I'm not sure how well he'll do if with this aggressive tri lane that's coming out. This gyrocopter, like if you manage to isolate someone with the rocket barrage, it's a shit ton of damage here. Not level 1, but starting from level 2 onward. Have to have the homing missile, very strong these days. If you can bend that out. It depends on your mana pool.
30 seconds to battle.
You can definitely see this offlane still winning quite heavily against them. We shall see. If WG win the lanes again, then I can definitely see them running over HappyFeet just as well. Don't have a lot of easy high ground defense apart from the call down, I guess.
Battle begins.
Oh well, I get drop a bunch of runes though, which is a bit interesting. Blue's able to sneak that away. At the very least you got that going for yourself. Pyramid, X-Nova helping with the block. They'll win that quite handily. No, none of the HappyFeet supports actually doing that at all, so... Block's almost too good, but still just out of tower range. This is the perfect one that you can get. And Pharaoh though, prioritizing a deny over last, it gets neither. Shame. What a shame. Well, there's an aggressive dual lane here with Velo and Aftermush. Undying sitting around in mid for a little bit. And well, level 1 not doing too much damage, but a donk is still satisfying if you hear it, so that's something. But so far these two supports are keeping just Vash and Jules, both of them here, which means that mid lane, Ben was having issues dealing with X-Nova. It's just spam the decay. Pharaoh then comes in, he does have level 2, he can even leap, start leaping in for short range arrow. Does max damage. Oh god, Velo. Goes low down bottom, but does get a salve off. Not gonna be first blood just yet. Moosh actually went for the bash first, now it's level 2, so it has to charge anyway. We'll start charging towards mid. Ben, who is very, very low in health, only 380. It doesn't seem like he's missing a lot, but he is indeed with 12, now 16 strength. Again, just leap, a couple of right clicks. Doesn't even have a lot. They could easily get the skill actually, yeah, there it is. They realized it too, just at the same time that I had, because Queen of Pain's still level 1 even. And that's due to the block. Didn't get a lot of experience off of that first wave, certainly not enough to hit level 2, so now, missing like 12, 16 health. It's a simple question of leaping forward for a couple of right clicks and the arrows, because they knew that he didn't even have blink. Didn't even need Spirit Breaker to come in that time. Velo still trying to hold his own, Jesse Vash. Well, not for long, still getting being charged up. Also already tanked the Nether Blast. I want to try to commit for the skill, but well, so does Jules. Nice little double stun. They get him, and Velo is actually still alive here with Stick Charge with next over. Make rotation as well. Another charge on 2. They turn this around, the bash right on cue. Carapace are trying to lay them a little bit further, still being slowed down slightly, and another charge going through, but can't even connect. Because X-Nova finds the kill with decay. And of my Velo. What? He finds it himself, somehow. One right click was flying in there. So far, so good for the aggro try. Let's take a look at the safe lane, and as expected, Jabami eking out a win there too. Rampage pulls here, by the looks of it. And all the way across. He's getting his levels. That's not the issue here, but Jabami is getting all the last hits in the world. Ooh, Pharaoh. Low on health actually, but leapt away from the stun, so he will survive. X-Nova. 2 years on this lane, he's still gonna be happy if he can keep spamming decay. Nice dodge on that arrow. He still gets stunned, but you Don't quite get damage X Nova. Well, need to eat a mango. Need a tango or something. Oh, maybe not. One level 1 Shadow Strikes. And we're not enough to bring him down. This point enough to make Pharaoh think twice, but maybe he's baiting a little bit, sitting low in health, but it does have stick charge to work with X Nova with another decay. It's strength here, but now he has a juke. Stun himself, he can't get it. And well, Pharaoh with another leap, stick charges. He has a TP out. Ben who are blinking in for this one. After Jules already secured the kill. X Nova right back in the fray though. It's all a ploy. Make sure that Pharaoh leaves the lane so he can get some free experience. Pharaoh actually out-leveling this gyrocopter down here. It's hilarious actually. Level 2, not quite 3 on Jesse Vash. Aftermoosh also like it's level differential. Another charge coming through, but yeah, it doesn't continue it here as he sees Jesse Vash. Continue that charge, then Tower would have already started hitting a little bit, it would have been lifted up. Rocket Barrage would have been there into the homing missile, and Aftermoosh would have died for sure. And yeah. He knows that too, as well as I do. So he says, nope, not gonna do it. Nova has a haste in mid, but it's about to expire. It's continuing to be super annoying towards the Queen Pain. Yeah, needs to though. I mean, Pharaoh's not actually having the best time in mid with the Shadow Strike spam, and Jules also coming through. He continues to land these stunts. Pharaoh's actually behind in terms of last hits here, up against Ben Hur. In terms of net worth though, well, a little bit more even because of these kills. So, that is the charge. Ben Hur missing 12 health already. And they'll continue here through the tree line here. They missed the arrow though, but they have enough damage here with the leap into the Starfall. But what cost? The stun to follow. Pharaoh tanky enough to stand it though. Also has a couple of stick charges to work with. Aftermoosh continue to play up against Jesse Vash. Also have a tombstone down. So from 1 kill, turn it into 3 X Nova, keeping himself alive. Throw up to make sure. TP to get back to pay. Jules slipping in, he'll scout out the charge, they dodge out the rocket barrage for a little bit. Extract falls all the way back, they'll throw out a rocket towards Velo. They turn this here, Aftermoosh dodges the stun from Jules. The fight continues, group now from X Nova, so that's a free trip back to base as he spends all his money. And yeah, Jules is the one who's going to go down, Aftermoosh living on the edge. But he always had the stick charges to fall back on. Bobby up top, alright, Rappy. Gotta be careful there. A lot of damage given over.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, with face boost, 3-point Scorched Earth. Very speedy and tanky, can feel comfortable enough, but Sharakato doesn't have that same luxury. Jesse Vash gets to lift up just before charge connects, and now Aftermoosh dropping lower and lower the rocket. It's level 1, so don't think it'll be enough to finish him off, especially with the stick charges. I'm not sure if he can go for another charge while still feeling comfortable. He's still sticking around though, not going back to heal. Trying to maybe make a play out of the fact of, just in case HappyFeet think, hey yeah, he's super low health, surely he's not gonna charge us. Could very easily lead into a kill with Pugna, 3 points off into the blast, 2 into the rapid fire, almost level 6, so once that life drain comes out, it makes things a little bit easier. Next Nova's also making a rotational round, so... Did they ping him? I don't think they saw him. Then again though, HappyFeet, they didn't take the chance, they're all just hiding inside their trees, but Axe-Rack gonna get going on. The blast will miss, life drain will not, we'll keep the vision together with the charge. Aftermoosh coming through. Make sure that happens. Jesse Vash and Doom making a wraparound play here. There's the ultimate available, throws it out onto the Pugna, but now Razor Jabami mashing the rotation immediately and slowing down Rappy. I think the Lions will become procced now. Aftermoosh, someone brought him himself, and the charge will ensure the kill. Jesse Vash next on the list. X Nova on a killing spree, and Velo didn't even die to that. Just walks up, doomed. Knowing that it's about to expire and he's not going to be killed, so he can throw out another blast. What a player. It's shoulder arrow. Long range. Okay, another leap. And not quite enough to bring Benno down with his auto charges in the meantime. Pharaoh also out of leap charges, so I had to walk away. Almost falling myself, but again, doing the math. Living life on the edge. Not just Afromush, it's also everyone else inside WGU.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
This game just looks almost just like the last. Difference is that at the very least you have Doom, who's off to a decent start. This first ultimate usage though didn't lead to a kill, which is not a good sign. But you also have the Queen of Pain, who's not in a worse position. In terms of CS anyway, in terms of well, could be a good kill if they can find an Afromush. Quite tanky at this point. This bomb will miss. There's also a Tombstone up on the high ground, by the way, so the rocket will help finish him off, and Life Drain not enough to keep him safe. They get rid of the Tombstone. X-Nova, Velo, very, very low here with everything that's happened. And Jabami though taking over slow. Eventually they'll bring down Jules in exchange. 1-for-1 trade. Queen of Pain, at the very least keeping up with his lane opponent, where things have been going. And oh, that arrow will be dodged by Jesse Vash. Charge maintains the vision though. No way to juke anything. Jules just a little bit too late. Afromush continuing to be this menace everywhere.
Worthy tribute.
WGU and continue to build momentum. Those are tier 1 bottom fell, they rotated Velo up top here. For himself a couple of clarities, stuff that the Ether Lens to work with. If he gets to suck somebody without losing health points, then he can even recharge that mana, but for now, Pharaoh is gonna get doomed up. They make the wrap on play. Jules been holding on to his Invis Vendetta. Keep an eye and see if they can maybe get some more. Jabami, there it is. Damage is being done, and follow-up control. Rappy is there, doesn't have the Doom. Of course, he just used it for Marana, but the Infernal Blade gonna be enough for the Myth of Mini Stun to secure the kill, the charge. Oh god, Afromush. Really came too deep almost. If that was a root instead of the minus armor, might have straight up died. As it stands, the Prowler not helping HappyFeet just yet. Golden is 4-13, but the advantage is only 2k, which is a good metric. HappyFeet. Still being pressured though, X-Nova. Donald on dying earlier today. For Execration, I believe, which did not really do nearly as much, but X-Nova has been able to secure so many kills. 3, 2, and 7. Tombstone now, 3 points into it. So with that's kind of making sure that HappyFeet don't really want to fight into this. And then Velo can just spend another blast together with the catapult that can secure the tower. And now the Pro just gonna recharge mana and do the same thing in mid again. Oh, there though. Oh, that's a dead Marana. That's what happens sometimes when you rely too much on elites. You don't think about the next assassin that can just unlock you. And then Queen of Pain to blow you up. So despite everything, WG is not building the same kind of lead that they already had at this point in the last game. Pain is still getting things. Michael is still getting things, but not Benno even with the haste coming through. No ultimate to work with, and Velo, well, with Life Drain keeping him safe, now lift back onto X-Nova. A little bit of a back and forth here between these heroes. I also feel like Jules is having much more of an impact this game on the next assassin. By just 4 deaths. There's another TPN. They really want to bring on the C1 tower. The charge will connect still onto the Queen of Pain. Jules looking for the stun. This will be dodge here. Nice side step. The arrow will connect too. Jabami in the front. Looks to try and bring down. Stunned up by the Spike Carapace though. Now the call down onto absolutely everybody on top of the Tombstone. Stolen from Rubik. Both of them will fall immediately though on Pharaoh. Leap away with the stick charges, keeping himself alive. X-Nova is a bit of a sacrifice, or maybe not just yet. Keeping himself alive. Velo. Proper Yules doesn't understand. He wants to connect it properly. So just wait for a rocket to hit. And there it is. Velo. Not quite dead just yet. Another blast coming through. Same for the decay from Xnova. Ridiculous amount of damage being done on the charge. Turning into the fray, Xnova. In the middle of that fight, Jesse Vash, one more DK will finish him off. An X-Strike, okay, he's getting the kill next Nova. Rocket Barrage, a hell of a drug. Ben-Hur will finish up Velo. That's bit of a bloodbath here in this middle lane and into the jungle. Yeah, the Bami dying test, well, overall that was very much in favor of HappyFeet. If you look at the actual network distribution after that, Rappy up to about 6k, phase drums going for the Shadow Blade, so he's looking to create some momentum of his own with every single time that Doom is off cooldown. And who is also getting there. He does have the Sonic Wave available again. He just barely has enough mana for it. Not enough for full combo now. Charge up, follow up onto the Doom. They really want to bring him down really fast, but now the call on again. Available from Axtrack. This time WG make the call a little bit early. Let's get the hell out of here. Aframoosh. Trying to deny himself the Ancient Sunleaf, but unable to really do so. Every Tombstone going, zombies started to stack up, but well, I feel comfortable continuing forward here without Aframoosh running interference. Decay. Couple of heroes, the arrow will fly. A lot of damage being done here with the Starstorm as well. Sonic Wave still available though. Pharaoh cannot feel comfortable continuing further though, but he's still leaping in. Axtrack into the Rocket Barrage. This is coming out of the woodworks. Now the Sonic Wave rolling up Jabami. That blaster from Velo, not enough to trade for the Queen of Pain. And now Xnova is next one on the list. Axtrack doesn't have enough mana for another Rocket Barrage with that stick. Aframoosh coming in to try and help, but well, another blast. Which also means that he'll be interrupted by Jules again, by Carapaces, time and time again. Next assassin staying alive throughout this entire fight. Means that WGU just keep getting stunned. Now the kill score is equalized. HappyFeet, now they're the ones with the net worth lead. First time in the series, you could argue. Experience well in their favor. This way you have to stop and reevaluate your plans. Reevaluate the situation too, because you can't just go willy-nilly 5 on 5 like that. And these are the kind of fights that Jaycopter really loves. Low cooldown on the call down. And very low cooldown on the Rocket Barrage. It's done so much work in these past couple of fights. Everyone got so low from the general chaos that they're able to walk around and intercept them, finish people off with the Rocket Barrage. Up to 8 assists now, only the 1 kill on Jaycopter, funnily enough.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Gonna get the top tower, bottom lane, it's gonna be traded for it here. There's just the power of the blast. And WG, how far do you want to go here? The only Ben-Hur up top, not exactly known to be the fastest pusher, but there's also an extra creep wave plus the catapult. Gonna be the Spirit Breaker who will respond to that.
Endurance run.
HappyFeet though, already looking much better than they have in the last game. I just have to transition that into further kills. Doom went back for the Midas before the Shadow Blade, so now they have to smoke up, make something happen. Do they want to smoke into the pit actually? Don't think they can really get Roshan. Just walk him right past. Ben-Hur is in this general area, does have another Sonic Wave, also the Yules. Not opting to go for the quick Orchid that we saw some other co-ops go today. At the same time though, next assassin ice down bottom to Velo, alright. So that happened. Vero gets the leap away as they identify that something's amiss up top. At the very least they did get a ward down. How to respond to this push bottom? WG realized that there's no one here defending on the high ground. Oh, it's TP coming through now. It's even one Nether Blast. Let's start to add up.
Gold is a great conductor.
That's the thing. WG, if they win a single team fight on the other side of the map, and the other side, I mean the Radiant side, obviously, then they can turn it into towers just because they have this pushing hero that does rely on a lot of items. Speaking of items, though, he does have more pushing items, funnily enough. Hogna. There it is. Doesn't actually land it this time. Jules walking forward. They'll be able to bring it down. 4 heroes around. Yeah. I like the idea though, right? Just sitting in the trees, waiting for someone to come farm up. Yeah, just right clicking away. Then a meteor hammer initiation. That together with Nether Blast. Well, it'll be hard to use it easily up on the high ground, even with the Aethelon's extra cast range. So you need sort of Glimmercade, make sure that you can stay safe while you're channeling up. So otherwise you'll just get interrupted. The other big items that we haven't talked about just yet doesn't really appear so. The arrow going for the standard runnable with the Midas. Not the Midas, the Meta style. Copter Mask of Madness into BKB. Yeah, it definitely needs that. With the Gyrocopter, he's eventually going to hit the slump, where your magic damage is starting to fall off, but you don't quite have the physical damage just yet. But it's still true to some extent. But now there are no BKBs in the works for WGU just yet, and I don't know. He still has a lot of time. Especially with a BKB of his own. That'll force Afromush to try and control him up a little bit. And also Jabami to link up with him and get a right click this way. Those Razor also didn't have the fastest starting progression. He's falling behind a little bit. Mostly down to Velo. It's the biggest source of damage. Not by much here. I mean, don't discard Pharaoh here with the Starstorm. Ideally, they find a pick off and then go from there. Trying to threaten towers, trying to force HappyFeet into mistakes. Pharaoh breaking the smoke, leaping away. Jules not leading with Vendetta because it didn't have it available. WG, they know what's up. Also not seeing anything on the map even with these wards, so it's a fairly easy conclusion to make. HappyFeet will not be connecting with that particular smoke gang.
Radiant are scanning.
There's a Blink Deck and Doom now. Going for that instead of the Shadow Blade. Similar idea, just bring him to initiate. Can really make good use of the effect speed, I want to say. Because you hit relatively hard, but Blink Deck is still super good value.
Dire are scanning.
You want to be able to shut down a puck now. I was talking about that in the draft. It's the prime target in above the Mirana at this point, especially with the Kaya also in his inventory. Kaya, Meteor Hammer, Nether Blast, towers are gonna melt to that.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Right. Now we'll be finished off. Charge for just the vision, he's not gonna continue that.
Almighty money.
Second tower they lost. DD on the bottom actually. Not being scouted out by the team just yet, instead they're running into each other. The Dire Side Sentry. Dire Side Observer one up on the high ground. Any dust available, no sentries here between these couple of heroes. And yeah. Bringing out a few, so they'll be dewatered immediately. Right. Yeah. WG, they did what I said, right? They to slow down things a little bit. They realize that if they just keep running into HappyFeet, they're able to counterplay it more and more, and they just end up feeding. That they wait for next round of items. Manta style is complete now. More importantly, they wait for opportunities. They have sentries everywhere, just trying to scout out the assassin. If he walks to the right, you'll find it too. Radiant sentry that doesn't scout him out, but dies one also not, because Jules is keeping on the left hand side. Doom coming through onto the Razor, already has the ultimate going, the rest of his team is there, revealing himself now. That stun also not quite quite landing on the Doom. Still have a lot of damage to work with, not enough to bring down Rappy. Now Aftermoon just stolen charge from Jesse Vouch will control him up a little bit more. Ben who on the main kill screen Jules. Oh. That is, they find the dust by Carapace, lay them going, and then misses the stun though. That's the big blast. Big old magical damage now. They continue. Another charge coming through. Lift up on the Razor, trying to control them up as much as they can. Pharaoh leaping in into the Sonic Wave even, but well, that'll finish up. Jabami X Nova in front now with that Rocket Barrage looking so low. It looks like HappyFeet trying to get away. Happy hiding inside the trees. Not safe enough, but now self-decrepify on top of the Rocket Barrage. That's a ridiculous amount of damage. Act-Drag. Maybe it was a bit of a bait though. Forced to move past the creep, past the rest of WG for that. Another leap available in a second. They also have the charge coming through from Aftermush. So overall, WG with a bad end of that trade. They lose like, what, 2 heroes? If at all. Hey. Yeah, they lose Aftermush. He came back in at the end. Goes Jabami, which is not ideal. This Razor being this far behind. Not where he wants to be, but the rest of his team is reassuring him. Pharaoh saying like, hey, it's fine, dude. You can pick up the slack. And Velo is super strong too. It's time to blast away at the tower. Holding on to the meteor hammer. And now, that's the other thing. If you blast, it's a very easy setup for by Carapace Aftermush. Oh god, the arrow stolen from Jesse. Vash him around and running right into that. Benhu on front. No Sonic Wave though. Arrow. Just trading arrows at this point. Just playing volleyball. Volleyball with stunning arrows. Not ideal. But Rappy blinking in. Looking to try and finish up Velo. This is not enough to Doom available as well. Double Thunder from Jules is bring down Velo and bring down more Axe-Rag. This time with the call down. And it is Ben who will snag up the double kill himself. WG overstaying the welcome a little bit. And have enough sustain against that, and well, this Queen of Pain seems to be an issue for now. Is still going only defensive items. Yules, Lincolns, now the BKB queued up. The only aggressive item that he has is that Veil of Discord, but so far it's been enough if they find the right angles. These teamfights are very scrappy though, so
Dire are scanning.
very hard to actually do that.
Is a great conductor.
Overall though, they've kind of maintained the slight gold lead experience as well.
Dire's top
WG,
tower
it's
is
still
under
up
attack.
to them to play the objective, which is what they're doing, right? I mean, this is the last remaining tier 2 on the map for the Radiant side. It's down to 100 health points. This is one single Nether Blast essentially. And will always hold true. If they win the skirmishes, they win a team fight. If they get close, oh god, that arrow will be dodged for a season of time, but Benhur lifts them up into the air, Moonlight Shadow coming through. They do not have detection with them. So there's that. I'll also set up for the bottom lane, help out against Rappy, just gonna be right click down. The bottom lane steals max damage, plus 280. Seems good. Jules still sitting in the middle of that. He's gonna get some help from Benhur, blinking in. He's just baiting out a little bit at this point. Aftermush still gets the ultimate off on him. The arrow will fly. Actually connecting, yeah, onto Queen of Pain, I believe. Jabami getting himself a double kill. WG not backing off as they thought. That arrow will also be dodged. Not by the creep though. Attacked to their face. Aftermush surviving, and where's Velo at? Well, not there. That's a big old pusher. Taking care of middle lane, but now making the B lane straight towards that bottom. 3 heroes on the sidelines.
Structures are fortified.
That's a gift here. They just need to get close. Homing missile into arrow. A little bit annoying, but without these heroes alive,
Is under attack.
Pete will not be able to turn this into anything, and Velo popping down a meteor hammer. And another blast. Alright, nice Sonic Wave, hits on everybody. Now the call down. WG, only Pharaoh hit by that initial blast. Tombstone up on the high ground next Nova. Dropping low. Everyone's dropping super low, but Act-Drag force pop the BKB. Jabami as well. No fear at all, just running him down. Benduel next on the list. Force to blink out. Maybe not. Just sticking around for a little bit longer. Aftermush. Then the grub fire, a little bit of extra damage, but the Spirit Breaker will be falling as Benduel blinks in. Zombie starting to stack up though. They have to get rid of that or wait it out. But that means that, well, plenty of pushing power. X-Nova, yes. Looks like he's just gonna give up his life to make sure that the rest of his team is very little health points between them, can walk away in peace. And Velo is gonna be super happy now. He's that region rune. What I was saying, I mean, that's how it was. It was down to half health or so before, I believe, but a blast, meteor hammer, another blast. Just melted. Once again, WG Unity with the first racks of the game, much later than the last one. I mean, Game is over by that point in game number 1. Have that net worth lead back, only about 1k, but that's 2k now according to the actual graph. Experience also back towards that 0 line. And again, this is what I was just saying. You win a skirmish, you're gonna take buildings. And even force out a buyback on Ben Hur. He's still extremely farmed, which is impressive. He's accounting for a lot of the net worth advantage that they've had, which is a good and a bad thing, right? I mean, you want your Queen of Pain to be this far ahead. Those goal is also leveled, so he's living at level 20, so you have the spell life still to work with. But at the same time, you also want your Gyrocopter to be there. He's still... He's got the BKB, does have the Mask of Madness, but this is that slump that I was talking about. His magical damage output is going to be limited, because even with the BKB, they have a decent amount of physical damage just to stack up between all three heroes. Especially Marana here, right clicking away with it. So attack speed from leap if he leaps in. So that BKB might not be enough to really keep him safe in a way that allows him to actually also walk in and do damage with the Rocket Barrage. If you can't do that, then you only have to call down, which is very easy to walk out of in this game. And Gyrocopter is not nearly as effective as he was just 10 minutes ago. Needs to farm up. He has a Sanjin Yasha Q. Not sure if that is the choice here. But he needs some sort of damage item. Even just hybrid item like Butterfly, but very hard to even build up at this point. They get the courier on the way, no items. Almost on the way to the job. Doom comes through, but the Lincoln Sphere! Rappy, what have you done? Pops the BKB is still alive, and well, arrow or something onto Razor. He got stunned up. Sent the arrow flying now. Still loading into that, but X-Rack, alright. As I was saying, nice little sonic wave from everybody, but X-Rack is already dead despite the BKB. Ben Hur cannot continue here. WG. Alright, that's a good kill. They can get it. Pharaoh. 1 leap, 2 leap. Almost leapt into the arrow. Thinking about going for Roche, but now with Nyx Assassin offering himself up like that. That meteor hammer is so ridiculous. I'm gonna claim that extra hero. And now going for Roshan. First one of the game, actually. That's gonna be Aegis in the hands of WG. I wanna say it's Velo who wants to pick it up. Still quite vulnerable. That being said though, with the Lincoln Sphere, maybe not so much. Doom has no way of triggering that. Ah, he does now, where he picks up the first creep. He does have a way of triggering himself, but looks like Pharaoh get that it's dead. And now WG, all of a sudden, have this huge timing with that Aegis in hand to just heal up again. They bring with the Shrine after which of course they can just keep it back and charge some creep or everything else. Just heal up, make sure that you have all the mana to work with. And then barrel down the lane, bring down another tier 3 and another set of racks. HappyFeet is gonna have to play out of the mines to make sure that they can grab enough crucial kills. Like if they can burst down Velo somehow, get the Doom off, that'll work. If they don't, if he gets to play 0 in these fights, then I don't know. It's gonna have to be down to Junes again, right? I mean, looking pretty good in the earlier parts of the game, but in these team fights he's been scrambling to try and find ways to stay relevant. He doesn't have the blink dagger now, so you can look towards these follow-up stuns and helping out your Doom, picking off Velo.
Gold is a great conductor.
Last couple of fights haven't really been able to find that. Bottom lane. Could also be something right here. Only half bottom lane pushing in. Threatening it even more. The Drax. You only have to look at it to make sure that it's down. But we're hoping that their HappyFeet might be rotating like this here to wrap around on a Pagna. They would have been able to intercept it, but as it stands, it's gonna have to set up the old-fashioned way, but it looks good. Walk forward, for the blast. Maybe not the media hammer. Again, the channel time is a long duration. So Jules. And this sentry here. Charge coming out towards the top creep wave. But yeah, Jules revealing himself now. Does get the blink away. Alright. Right now, just making sure that all lanes are pushing. Velo alive despite that attempt. Oh, Afromush alive. Yeah, he gets a little bit of extra heals from Velo. No Agnum Scepter here in this build actually, which is interesting from the partner, but it's the Glimmer Kid I was talking about. So definitely look towards him to go forward, Glimmer Cape himself, start channeling up like Glimmer Cape, blast, channel Meteor Hammer, blast again. But for now, the Doom coming through. It is follow-up control, Rapid up quite low, but still alive, able to make it back up to the high ground. Jules, okay, not so lucky. He's not quite there just yet, gets the stick off. The last couple of ranks in fair will finish the job though. Double kill for him. Velo is still alive. Ben, who are trying to deal with the Tombstone. His Axe Drag is just battling up against Afromush. There's two together. Will be able to finish the job, but at what cost? Well, Velo's still alive. Aegis is popped in the back. He is continuing with Jules. He bought back for this, I believe. Yeah, he did indeed. Another leap out. Moonlit Shadow. No detection at the ready. So at the same time up top, Velo being alive means the tower will go down a little bit easier. Let me see how Razor died. It must have been Ben who was just blowing him up with that ultimate. Still sitting inside. And TP out now if he wants to, but yeah, he better do it. Then another one plop down. Just in case they're still looking for him actively, but as it popped on the Scream of Pain, it means that hey, now they know that he was there a moment ago. So straight up with the TP out, we'll keep him safe. All in all, though, I still want to book that as a successful high ground defense. They did lose a lot of health points on this tower, yes, but they did claim Aegis. It did get a good kill here onto the Razor, and they didn't actually lose the tower. That's something. And then who are already setting himself up to be a mega creep defender. He could definitely use some extra right click, and he's the one that actually has the money to make that work. Gyrocopter is still trying to build more utility and defense with that Hurricane Pike. HappyFeet are gonna win this game, and I think it's still gonna be down to WG somehow not being able to break the base. And them messing up or something. But now it's HappyFeet though. That's last actually missing. But still, plenty of heroes from WG here to claim that free kill. Benhur in front. Feeling very comfortable. This is Lincoln's BKB rules, so it's actually very hard to finish him off like that unless you have the perfect chainstun. That is again ultimate being used, but by Caravan turns things around, but they just blow up Jules and dieback. Jump on attack as well. Afterwards still alive. Rappy in the back, that's a good Sonic Wave. Triple kill for Fair though, it doesn't even care. Benhu's last man standing. Buyback coming in from the Gyrocopter. What even happened there? They just all fell to pieces. It was Doom again into Pagna. It didn't matter, they just dead. Razor been with the Agnum Scepter, I haven't even noticed that, but now Axe back from the dead, but now right back into the land of the Brave. No, he's back into the land of the dead. And the arrow! Oh no, that's just ending instant injury. Ben who will covered with the arrow. Cut right short range, so he does get the blink out. It's all over but the prying here. They're gonna be up against Mega Creeps. Maelstrom on I don't think Ben was gonna be able to withstand against that for too long. Bale even helping out Jabami, just sharing some of his life points, and well, Boomlane was taken care of by creeps. Another arrow. Lincoln Sphere is being popped, and Buyback is available, but again, I don't know that WG even have to stop here. Velo certainly does his thing though. Does have another Meteor Hammer available in a second. Let's continue throwing out these blasts. Gets interrupted this time. Jules will throw his life away. Rappy with the BKB, but look at this power. Look at this right-click damage. And with the BKB next on the list, and GG is called. They're not even making a real dent, WG's numbers. Ultimately, well, Objective-Based Gaming, they took the right team fights. And they took the game number 2. WGU will eliminate HappyFeet in Group B. They'll face up against Fire Dragoon. Both of these finals of the first phase in Group A and B, they all happen tomorrow. So there'll be Geek Fam versus New Beginning, and then, as I said, WGU versus Fire Dragoon. Should be interesting. And that means that for these remaining teams, they're 3 wins away from punching the ticket to the Galaxy Battles SEA. Because after the first phase, the winner of these finals that I just mentioned, they'll make it to phase 2, where Fnatic and the Mineski are waiting for them in a single elimination bracket. Alright, not much more to say. I mean, WGU just pretty much outclassing HappyFeet at the end of the day. Don't think there's any way around that. Fun Dota though. Glad I got to cast it, so I hope you enjoyed it as well. If you did, you can follow me on Twitter at DragonDropDota. But for now, I thank you guys very much for watching, and hope to see you next time.